Let's talk about a connection that you've probably never even thought about. The hidden link between the screen you are literally looking at right now and your energy, your focus, and even your gut health. If you've ever felt totally wiped out after lunch, you're about to find out why.
You know the feeling, right? That dreaded 3 p.m. slump. You take a break, you eat to get some energy, but then an hour later, bam, you hit a wall. Your productivity just tanks. It makes no sense. You're supposed to feel refueled, but instead, you just feel drained.
Well, it turns out the food you're eating is only half the story. The real culprits, the thing that's secretly sabotaging your energy, might be what you're doing while you eat and all day long, just staring at your screen.
Okay, so how on earth does a screen mess with your stomach? It's not magic. The source material breaks it down into 5 key ways, 5 specific mechanisms where our screens directly interfere with our body's basic biology.
First up, the big one. It's all about a word we know way too well: stress.
So here's the thing. Your body can't tell the difference between a tiger and a Slack notification. Seriously. Every single ping, every email ding triggers a tiny fight or flight response. Your stress hormones spike, and your body diverts blood away from your gut to your limbs, getting you ready to run. All of a sudden, digesting your lunch becomes a super low priority.
All right, number 2. This one is about how we're actually eating.
When your eyes are glued to a screen, you're not paying attention to your food. You chew less, you eat faster, and your brain completely misses the signals that you're full. This almost always leads to overeating. Your meal stops being actual nourishment and it just becomes stress fuel to get you through the next task.
Mechanism number 3 is all about what we're not doing when we're on our screens, and that's moving.
You know, when we're locked to our desks, our bodies are too. Sitting for hours on end literally slows down what's called gut motility, which is just a fancy term for the physical movement of food through your digestive system. And when that system stalls out, you get that awful, uncomfortable bloating and sluggish feeling. Okay, number 4. Our screens are messing with something absolutely vital for our gut: our sleep. That blue light from your phone or laptop late at night, it's a killer for your sleep hormones. But bad sleep doesn't just make you groggy. It actually damages your gut microbiome, that amazing internal ecosystem of trillions of good bacteria. When they don't get the nightly rest they need to repair and rebuild, it throws everything off, from digestion to your mood. And finally, the 5th mechanism. This one traps us in a really nasty, vicious cycle.
It goes like this. The screen makes you tired, so you crave a quick energy fix. You reach for another coffee or a sugary snack. But that quick hit just irritates your gut and sets you up for an even bigger energy crash later on, which of course makes you reach for another quick fix, and on it goes.
Okay, enough of the problem. Let's talk solutions. And the good news is you do not need to go on some crazy digital detox. The real answer lies in building a few small but really powerful new habits. So let's open up the toolkit. Let's start with what might be the single most powerful change you can make. Just look at this comparison. On the left, that's lunch with a screen. Distracted, stressful, you're probably overeating. But on the right, a device-free lunch. Just 15 minutes of peace. This gives your digestive system a chance to actually do its job. It's the difference between just fueling your stress and actually nourishing your body. And it doesn't stop at lunch. Here are 6 more super simple habits that have a huge payoff. Try standing up for a minute every hour to get your gut moving. Or how about a simple 60-second breathing pause before you eat, just to calm that fight or flight system down? Or maybe a screen-free window before bed. Each one of these is timely, but believe me, their effects really add up. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's a lot to remember. But don't worry, the source lays out a really simple 4-week plan to help you build these habits in a way that feels totally manageable, not overwhelming. Here's how it works. It's all about baby steps. Week 1, your only job is to notice your habits and try just one device-free meal. That's it. Week 2, you add a little movement. By week 4, you're not trying to do everything perfectly. You're just figuring out which 2 or 3 habits work best for you and locking them in. It's designed to be gradual and totally sustainable. But does this stuff actually work in the real world? You bet it does. Let's look at a quick case study that shows just how big the impact can be. Okay, so here's our before picture. A sales manager. Sound familiar? He's eating lunch at his desk, pounding out emails, and what's the result? Exactly what you'd expect. That classic afternoon energy crash and constant uncomfortable bloating. Now for the after. After just 2 weeks. 2 weeks of making 2 small changes, a device-free lunch and a quick walk. He said his energy was way more stable all afternoon, and the bloating was pretty much gone. It just goes to show how quickly your body responds when you give it a chance. And this really gets to the heart of it all. We spend so much time searching for the next productivity app, the next life hack. But maybe the smartest hack isn't a hack at all. Maybe it's just creating a few simple boundaries to protect our most basic biology, our digestion, our sleep, and our stress levels. So, I want to leave you with a direct question. Which one of these small changes will you try this week? Just one. Will it be A, the device-free lunch, B, that 60-second breathing pause before you eat, or maybe C, swapping just one coffee for an herbal tea? Pick one, commit to it, and just see how you feel. Your gut, and I promise you, your brain will thank you for it.